Imagine your boss calls you in and says, "Congrats, we're bumping your salary by 20%. Instant happiness. You're already mentally upgrading your life. Better apartment, nicer food, fewer money worries. Fast forward 1 year, same job, same stress, same, I really should be making more by now. What happened? How did life-changing money turn into barely enough so fast? That's the salary paradox, and your brain is running on something psychologists call the hedonic treadmill. You keep running, but you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. Today, let's talk about why making more money often doesn't make you happier, and how to quietly step off that treadmill. Welcome to Sketch Figures, where we talk about money like you'd explain it to a friend over pizza. No jargon, no shame. In this episode, we'll cover why your happiness jumps after a raise, then falls back down, how comparison makes you feel poor even when you're doing fine, how lifestyle inflation eats raises for breakfast, why someone like Musa, one of history's richest rulers, could give away ridiculous amounts of gold, and finally, simple ways to get off the treadmill. If you like learning about money and psychology without needing an economics degree, tap like and subscribe. And stick around for a bonus mindset shift at the end. All right, let's start with the big illusion. Here's the basic idea. When something good happens, raise, new car, new phone, your happiness spikes, then slowly slides back to a normal level. Same if something bad happens. You adapt. That automatic adjustment is called hedonic adaptation, or the hedonic treadmill. Your brain has a kind of happiness thermostat. If life gets better, it turns the thermostat down. Okay, this is normal now. If life gets worse, it often finds ways to cope and pulls you back up over time. Now add money. In a famous study, Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton looked at hundreds of thousands of people and found more income does help, especially when you're escaping real stress like bills and medical costs. But beyond a certain point, extra money mostly improves how you rate your life on paper. Yeah, I'm doing well, not how happy you feel moment to moment. Later research by Matthew Killingsworth pushed back. He found that for many people, happiness keeps rising with income, even into higher levels. No clear wall where money stops helping. But the gains get smaller and depend a lot on the person. So who's right? A joint paper later showed both can be true. If you're already pretty unhappy, more money helps less. For most people, more money can help, but not nearly as much as we imagine. Here's the mechanism in plain English. 1. You get more money. 2. You upgrade your life. 3. Your brain says, cool, this is the new normal. 4. That wow feeling fades. 5. Step 1 repeats. That's the salary paradox. Each raise feels like a solution, but your happiness keeps drifting back toward the same baseline. More money can absolutely reduce pain and stress, especially at lower incomes, but it's terrible at permanently fixing our expectations. If the hedonic treadmill is running in the background, comparison is the speed booster. Your brain doesn't ask, do I have enough? It asks, how am I doing compared to them? Now imagine two people. Alex makes $70,000, but most friends make $40,000. Jamie makes $120,000, but all their friends make $250,000. On paper, Jamie is doing better. In reality, Jamie might feel broke and behind, while Alex feels comfortable. Psychology research has shown that relative income, where you rank compared to your group, can matter almost as much as your absolute income for how satisfied you feel. And today, your group isn't just your street, it's your friends, your coworkers, and every stranger on social media who seems to be 22, driving a Tesla, and working from Bali. You see someone's highlight reel, your brain silently updates its standards. What used to feel good now feels meh. You used to love your small apartment. Then everyone on your feed is posting open-plan kitchens with marble countertops. Suddenly your kitchen feels tiny and ugly, even though nothing actually changed. A little comparison can push you to improve. But when you're constantly scrolling, comparison stops being a tool and becomes a measurement of your worth. Author Morgan Housel in The Psychology of Money points out that feeling rich isn't about beating others. It's about having more than you need and control over your time. Chasing status can make you look rich while feeling constantly behind. If your happiness depends on keeping up with everyone else, you've basically given strangers the remote control to your mood. Now let's talk about the sneakiest part of the treadmill: lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is what happens when every time your income goes up, your spending goes up at the same time. So you technically earn more, but your bank account is like, we haven't noticed. Let's say, before your raise, you make $2,000 a month, spend $1,800, and save $200. You get a raise to $3,000. Person A, chill mode. Keep spending at $1,800. New savings. $3,000 minus $1,800 equals $1,200 a month. Person B, upgrade mode. Upgrades apartment, car, subscriptions. New spending, $2,800. New savings, $3,000 minus $2,800 equals $200 a month. Same job, same raise. One person is now saving 6 times more. The other feels richer, but financially is in almost the exact same place. Why do we inflate our lifestyles? Hedonic treadmill upgrades quickly become normal. Comparison, we copy what people around us do. Present bias. Our brains overvalue right now and undervalue future me. A concept behavioral economists like Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein talk about in Nudge. The counterpoint? Some lifestyle upgrades do genuinely improve life. Safer housing, shorter commute, better food, childcare, tools that save time. It's not never upgrade. The problem is autopilot upgrading. When every new dollar is automatically assigned to nicer stuff, none of it goes to freedom, savings, debt payoff, flexibility to say no. A raise only changes your life if it changes the gap between what you earn and what you spend, not just the brand names on your receipts. If this is feeling a little too relatable, maybe your like and subscribe button also got an upgrade and wants to be pressed more often. It helps more people find these breakdowns. Time for a quick history story. In the 1300s, Mansa Musa, ruler of the Mali Empire in West Africa, controlled massive gold resources and trade routes. Some modern articles call him one of the richest people in history, though historians say his exact wealth is basically impossible to calculate or fairly compare to today. In 1324, he went on a pilgrimage to Mecca. According to historical accounts, he traveled with a huge caravan with thousands of people, dozens of camels, each carrying serious amounts of gold. On the way, he reportedly gave away so much gold in places like Cairo that it pushed gold's value down there for years. He built mosques, funded scholars, and turned Timbuktu into a famous center of learning. There are even reports that, after all this generosity and spending, he had to borrow gold from local merchants on the way back. So what does a 14th century emperor have to do with your salary? Mansa Musa's story shows two things. Even extreme wealth has limits. You can have more gold than anyone's ever seen and still run out if you treat it as endless. At some point, the game changes. If basic needs, comfort, and security are covered, money often shifts from making me comfortable to what impact can I have? Mansa Musa poured vast resources into buildings, learning, and religion, things that outlived him. We don't know how happy he felt day to day. There's no medieval version of a happiness survey. But we can see that beyond a certain point, more gold didn't equal more personal comfort. It turned into projects, reputation, and legacy. Here's the link to us. If you never decide what enough looks like, you'll treat every raise as if it has to solve a feeling that can't actually be solved with money. Even a king with tons of gold had to make choices about what money was for. You and I do too, just with fewer camels. Okay, enough theory. How do you step off the hedonic treadmill without giving away all your stuff or moving to a cave? Let's keep it simple and practical. 1. Decide what enough looks like in lifestyle, not salary. Instead of saying, I'll be happy when I earn X, try, I'm good when I can comfortably cover rent, food, and savings. I'm good when I can take one decent trip a year and not panic about the bill. You define the finish line before the race so your brain doesn't keep moving it. 2. Turn raises into freedom. not just fancy stuff. Here's the big actionable move. Anytime your income goes up, lock in a percentage for future you before you feel richer. Half of every raise goes to savings, investing, or debt payoff. The other half is allowed to improve your lifestyle on purpose. This uses that default idea from Nudge. Set things up so doing the right thing is automatic and doing nothing still helps you. 3. Limit your comparison inputs. You don't have to turn into a hermit, but you can. Mute or unfollow accounts that make you feel constantly behind. Spend more time with people who talk honestly about money, not just show off. Occasionally compare yourself to past you instead of richer strangers. 4. Spend on things your brain doesn't adapt to as fast. Research often finds we adapt more slowly to quality relationships, experiences and memories, time freedom and reduced stress, versus fast adaptation to appliances, clothes, upgraded cars, and gadgets. You can absolutely enjoy nice things. Just don't sacrifice long-term freedom to keep upgrading your Instagram. You don't have to jump off the treadmill dramatically. You just have to tilt it. Slightly more money going to freedom and meaning, slightly less to impressing people you don't know. The Hedonic Treadmill shows how rising income quickly becomes our new normal, leaving happiness stuck in place. Quick rewind. We saw how raises feel big, but our brains adapt fast. How comparison and lifestyle inflation keep pushing the goalposts, how even Musa's gold had limits, and how setting enough and using raises for freedom, not just upgrades, helps you step off the treadmill. Today, this means your feelings about money are relative. Understanding adaptation and comparison stops you from thinking you're broken just because more didn't fix everything. Direct your raises on purpose. Decide in advance what slice of every future pay bump goes straight to future you, savings, investing, or debt payoff. Before lifestyle gets a vote, redefine rich as enough plus control. Instead of chasing endless upgrades, aim for a life where your money gives you options, not just objects. If this helped you see your money differently, hit subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future breakdowns. And if you haven't already, check out our last video on why the poorest countries can't escape the poverty trap. And as always, this video is for education only and isn't financial advice.